In this video, we'll explore the circle command in Rhino, a versatile tool that allows you to draw circles using multiple input methods like center, radius, diameter, and tangent references. Step 1. Accessing the command. To begin, type circle into the command line and press enter. Or go to the curve toolbar under the draw curve group and click the circle icon. Step 2. Using the circle command. By default, Rhino uses the center and radius method. Click in the viewport to place the center of the circle, then move your cursor outward and click again to define the radius. This creates a simple circle using the center location and radius value. But a circle can be created with some other set of inputs as well. Let's have a look at the other input options. You can also use other methods by selecting them from the command line options. Let's look at a few. 2-point, type circle into the command line and press enter. Select 2-point from the command line. Click 2 points in the viewport. Rhino draws a circle using the distance between them as the diameter. 3-point, type circle into the command line and press enter. Select 3-point. Click 3 points. Rhino fits a circle that passes through all three. Thus, tangent options. Use tangent options when working with existing curves. You can create a circle that is tangent to 2 or even 3 existing curves like lines or arcs. Tips. Use 2-point or 3-point for measured layouts. If you're designing a layout with specific proportions or known boundary points, the 2-point and 3-point options are ideal. They let you define circles based on physical distances or spatial constraints rather than abstract inputs. Use tangent options for complex geometry. Tangent-based circles are useful when you're working with predefined edges or intersecting curves. They allow for precise fitting within existing geometry, like drawing fillets or connecting arcs smoothly. That's the circle command in Rhino, a flexible tool with multiple input modes to suit everything from quick sketches to precise construction geometry. Now, we'll learn how to use the ellipse command in Rhino, a tool used to create oval shapes by defining the primary and secondary axes. Step 1. Accessing the command. To start, type ellipse into the command line and press enter. Or go to the curve toolbar under the draw curve group and click the ellipse icon. Step 2. Drawing an ellipse. By default, Rhino prompts you to pick the center of the ellipse. Click in the viewport to place the center. Next, Rhino asks for the end of the first axis. Click again to define the major, longer axis. Then move your mouse perpendicular to the first axis to define the second, minor axis and click to complete the ellipse. Tips. Understand the two axes of an ellipse. The first axis you place defines the direction and length of the ellipse's major axis. The second axis, placed perpendicular to the first, controls the ellipse's height or width depending on orientation. So even before you finish the second click, you get real-time visual feedback of the final shape. That's how to create an ellipse in Rhino using axis-based input. Simple, flexible, and highly visual, perfect for design work where ovals are key. Now, we'll explore the arc command in Rhino, a tool that lets you create precise or free-form arcs using several different input methods depending on your design needs. Step 1. Accessing the command. To start, type arc into the command line and press enter, or go to the curve toolbar under the draw curve group and click the arc icon. Step 2. Using the arc command, start, center, end method. By default, Rhino uses the center, start and angle method. Click to place the center point of the arc, then click to define the starting point of the circle that the arc belongs to. Finally, click a third point to place the end of the arc, which defines the angle of the curve or arc. Other input options via command line. Rhino also offers alternative methods in the command line. Start, end, direction. After placing the start and end points, you define the arc's initial tangent direction. Start, end, point on arc. You select start and end points, then define a third point the arc must pass through. Tangent options. Use these to define arcs that are tangent to one or two existing curves, useful for smooth transitions and clean connections. That's the arc command, one tool with many input methods for flexible, curved geometry construction. Now, we'll explore the rectangle command in Rhino, a tool used to create four-sided closed shapes, ideal for drafting and layout operations. Step 1. Accessing the command. To start, type rectangle into the command line and press enter. Or go to the curve toolbar under the draw curve group and click the rectangle icon. Step 2. Drawing a rectangle. Default corner to corner method. By default, Rhino asks you to specify two opposite corners. Click to place the first corner, then move your cursor and click again to place the opposite corner. Rhino automatically creates a closed rectangular curve between them. Other input options via command line. You can switch to alternative rectangle creation modes through the command line. 3-point method. Type rectangle into the command line and press enter. Select the 3 points method from the command line. Place the 3 points as required. This method allows you to define two corners along one edge and a third point to set the rectangle's depth and angle, useful for rotated rectangles like such. Center method. Click a center point and then click one corner to define a rectangle, extending evenly outward, helpful for centered layouts. Tips. Enable snaps for precise corners. Turn on OSnap to snap to existing geometry, such as endpoints, midpoints, or intersections. This makes it easy to draw rectangles aligned perfectly with other objects. That's the rectangle command, a versatile tool for constructing basic forms, layouts, and technical geometry. Now, we'll explore the Helix command in Rhino, a tool that lets you create a spiral or helical curve around a central axis. It's perfect for modeling springs, screw threads, spiral ramps, and coil forms in architecture, product design, and engineering. Step 1. Accessing the command. To start, type Helix into the command line and press enter. You can also find it under the curve menu, Helix. Step 2. Define turns or pitch. Rhino prompts you to set the base point of the helix. If you wish to create a helix along the vertical z-axis, then select the vertical option in command options. Click to place the center of the base, then move your cursor to define the height of the helix. Once done, the Rhino asks to set the radius and start point of the helix. Do not define it yet. First, look at the command options. You may choose to reverse the direction of the twist. Let's do that by clicking onto the reverse twist option. Step 3. Define the radius. Now, Rhino asks you to define the radius of the helix. You can either give a numeric value or click anywhere on the screen to define the radius. Once done, Rhino completes the command and a helix is now created. And that's the Helix command in Rhino, a precise and flexible way to create spiraling curves for both functional and creative 3D modeling.